Hey guys, what's up? And today we are going to trash my TBR. So I decided to get a lot of the books that I've had on my shelf for quite a while and have you guys trash it. This is an idea by Drinking by My Shelf. She does it every once in a while, and she usually does it on through her like Goodreads TBR, but she did recently do a physical book one, and I was gonna do my Goodreads because I have like 592 books on my Goodreads list, but I thought it would make more sense to do the books that I already own and then eventually do the Goodreads TBR so I can make that a smaller list because it's a lot of books. So this is how it's gonna go. I'm going to show you a book I probably don't know anything about, and in the comments below you are going to trash it or tell me I should read it, and I will take those comments, and whether you tell me to trash it or not, I may like attempt to read it real quick or read the first chapter and then be like, no thank you. But if you guys trash it and it's stuff that I actually like in books, that you guys didn't like about it, then I probably will end up keeping it. So let's get into it. We have 10 books. So the first one we have is Rules for 50/50 Chance by Kate McGovern. I'm really not sure what this is about at all. So this does sound interesting to me, and I picked it up a couple years ago now, but it does sound very interesting, but I just don't know when I'm gonna get to it, and I don't want it just sitting on my shelf. So let me know if you've read this and how you felt about it. I do have people in my family that do have Huntington's disease, so I think that this would be interesting. I'm also reading on the back that Lisa Genova blurbed this, and I will link my rant about Still Alice in the cards, but yeah. So that's that for that one. The next one is, which I think I bought at the same time that I bought this one, The Year We Turned 40 by Liz Fenton and Lisa Steineck. I believe this is about best friends. When three best friends are given the chance to return to the year they turned 40, the year that altered all of their lives, in ways big and small, they're also given the opportunity to change their future. Okay, this sounds very interesting. I didn't know what this was about. And I remember I picked this up last January. And at the time, literally the first page was super triggering for me because I was picking it up after I was picking up after I had a miscarriage. So the first scene is like a labor scene, so I was just like, I don't really want to learn about that, or I don't really want to read about that. So this does intrigue me, and I have wanted to pick it up, but pregnancy in books kind of triggers me. So that could be not a great thing. I don't know if it's a big part of this book. So yeah. But Taylor Jenkins Reid did blurb this book, so that's good. That gives me hope, although I've liked one of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, and then I also didn't like one of her books. So I have to read the rest of her stuff. But I think I want to read this. I don't know. Tell me if I should read it or not. The next book is a thriller, and it's The Widow by Fiona Barton. I keep looking at this book and I never pick it up. So I believe it's a domestic thriller. I don't know if this is popular or not. I think it is. I've seen people have this on their page on Bookstagram. So yeah. It says if you like Gone Girl and The Girl on the Train, which I think are not the same thing. I think Gone Girl is perfection. I hated Girl on the Train. I didn't even finish it because it was so bad and so boring. But I did like Gone Girl, so maybe I should read this? The next one is Case of Need, or A Case of Need by Michael Crichton. I know this is about a botched surgery. Okay, yeah, so this is a botched surgery, and then the doctor who caused it is like on leave, and they have to figure out if it was actually murder or if it was actually not, you know. But yeah, so that's all I know about this. The only reason this is in here, it's been on my shelf for a long time, first off. I love this cover though. It's really stunning. But the other reason is that I read, shoot, what's it called? I'm completely blanking. Okay, I can't think of it right now, but I read a Michael Crichton book last year, near the end of the year. I'll put it here. Basically, oh, it was called Next. Okay. So it's called Next, and oh, it rubbed me the wrong way the whole time for the most part. The guys irritate the hell out of me, and I just can't. And there was also some like hints of racism that they didn't think, I guess Michael Crichton didn't think we would pick up on, but it was there. It was very evident. So yeah, lots of sexism in there too. So it was a no for me, but I did like Jurassic Park. So I'm also in the in-between about this. Like, should I read from him? This would be like the last book that I read by him though, since I already own it. But I don't think I want to read anything else by him because Next really was just not good and really rubbed me the wrong way. So since I already own this, I was gonna read it. But if you guys have read it and think it's trash it. I won't mind setting this aside. The next book is a book that I feel like everyone's read by now, but I haven't. It's called Fates and Fury by Lauren Groff. I don't know too much about this. It's apparently about marriage, power, and perception. Every story has two sides, every relationship has two perspectives, and sometimes it turns out the key to a great marriage is not its truths, but its secrets. At age 22, Lotto and Mathilde, I don't know if that's their name or not, are tall, glamorous, madly in love, and destined for greatness. A decade later, their marriage is still the envy of their friends, but with an electric thrill, the reader realizes that things are even more remarkable than they have seemed. With stunning revelations and multiple threads, and in prose that is vibrant and original, Groff delivers a deeply satisfying novel about love and art that is unlike anything that has come before it. Profound, surprising, propulsive, and emotionally riveting, it stirs both the mind and the heart. See, it sounds good. But I haven't picked it up, and I've not had like a true need to pick it up. But me being like, oh, I'm gonna miss out on the novel because it sounds good from the back, like, just tell me. Just tell me if I need to read this. The next one is another domestic thriller, and it is The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. Again, this one says, fiendishly clever, in the vein of Gone Girl and The Girl on the Train. Did I miss something in Girl on the Train that connects it with Gone Girl? I don't think so. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so it sounds interesting. I love a good domestic thriller. I haven't read very many, but I enjoy most of them that I have read. But I just don't know about this one. I know this one's quite a popular one, but I think popularly bad. Like, most people hate this book. And my thing with thrillers is I don't want to like get 100 pages in and nothing be happening, because that's what happened with Girl on the Train, and that's why I DNF'd it. So I don't want the same thing here. So please let me know if I should just get this out of my collection. These next two are going to be nonfiction. I have been sitting on these for a while, and I just want to know if they're actually worth the read, because you know, nonfictions, as the years go on, they kind of become irrelevant, and there's better things that you can read. So I have John Howard Griffin's Black Like Me, and I believe this is a journalist who dresses up as a black man, I think, and goes into like the South, which seems odd. Okay, listen. Questionable. I understand the purpose of it, but problematic? I don't know. I mean, it sounds problematic to me that he's turned himself into a black man to experience, like, okay, so it sounds problematic, but it also is like, oh, okay, so you're trying to experience what it is like to be a black man in the South. And I don't remember what year this is, in the 1950s. So, but isn't that still problematic? I don't know. And that's why I don't know. It's been hard for me to pick this book up because I don't know really how relevant it is. And it also is kind of problematic. Even though he was trying to understand the experience of a black man in the South in the 1950s, he still gets to go back to his privileged life as a white man after the experience, right? Or am I just being ignorant? Like, it just doesn't... Okay, well, here this book is. Tell me if I should read it or not. And then the next one is So You've Been Publicly Shamed by Jon Ronson. This is a book that I've heard is good, and it fascinates me. But I think it was written in 2016? So this was written in 2015, so is it relevant anymore? I know cancel culture is a big thing now. I don't know if it technically goes into that, but I think it still could be interesting. I just don't know how relevant it is, and it's been on my shelf for a long time. But you let me know if this book is something I should actually get to, and I could listen to it on an audiobook too if I wanted to. Next book is a book that's been on my shelf for a long time, and it's part of a series, so I always question myself, like, will I read the series? And that is why you will tell me if I should trash it or not. And it's Dread Nation by Justina Ireland. This sounds interesting, but the whole zombie situation I'm not a huge fan of, so that's why I've been hesitant to start it. It sounds interesting because of like the political aspects of this book, but I hate zombies. I think they're the dumbest things. The last one I have is Kara Thompson's The Darkest Corners. This has also been on my shelf for so long. I really like this cover as well. It kind of has a feeling of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, even though in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Pip wasn't a part of the murder. But it kind of has that feeling. I don't know. Yeah, I know this Kara Thomas was super popular. There's a book, it's something Little Monsters. That's the one that I think that's Kara Thomas. I think so. But that's the one everyone talks about. And I haven't really heard too much about this one. So that's why this is here, because it's been on my shelf for so long and I cannot get myself to get rid of it because I'm like, I'll probably love this, but if I don't pick it up, what's the point of it sitting on my shelf? So those are all the books that I want you to trash, or let me know if I should read them. You can leave like positive comments about them too, but I need to know what books I either need to just get out of my collection, because I'm kind of running out of space, or books that I just need to read and get them off of my TBR. Please comment below your thoughts about any of these books if you read them, anything you've heard from other booktubers that I haven't seen. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.